A major water project taking a visible step forward. Pipes arriving in San Patricio County today for the Evangeline Groundwater Project. We'll hear from the Corpus Christi city manager.
Plus, Robstown families getting new places to learn and play. 2 ribbon cuttings at the KIII Family Library, including a first-of-its-kind playground. We'll take you there.
And later, a big night on the diamond across the coastal bend, including a rivalry that delivered a classic last year. We'll check in live with Chris Thomason coming up. Well, good evening and thanks so much for joining us here. I'm Mike Gillespie.
I'm Leslie Adamy. We begin tonight talking water security as we are learning new details regarding a major water supply project.
Today, there was a big development in the Evangeline project. Our Michael Gibson was in San Patricio County today. He's here in studio now with a look at what happened out there. Michael?
That's right. This project, of course, has been in the works for quite some time, and we were the only media on the scene today for what was taking place on site.
So why is Corpus Christi City Manager Peter Zanoni having a meeting in the middle of this field outside of Centon?
Here in San Patricio County on the Welder Ranch, it's a big day for the Evangeline Water Project as some of those big, huge pipes that are set to carry all of that water to Corpus Christi have now arrived from South Carolina.
On the back of the 18-wheelers are the first shipment of 48-inch pipe that will be used as part of a 30-mile network connecting this water well field to the Mary Roads pipeline.
Shipments will be coming in like this all the way through early September, with about 90% of all the pipe coming in by July of this year.
While the city of Centon is still contesting this project, the city is moving forward by spending $400 million on the construction and design of this project.
And with 24 million gallons a day ultimately, and about 21 months from November of this year, this will be a tremendous boost to our water security.
And again, the city manager says construction will continue ramping up over the next several months, with most of the pipe expected to arrive by midsummer. If everything stays on schedule, the Evangeline Water Project could begin delivering water to Corpus Christi in less than 2 years. Now, Carly Smith, of course, you can see her. She's joined me now with more on the Evangeline Aquifer, which is actually a huge body of water underground. Carly, what can you tell us and the audience about it and why it is so valuable?
Yeah, I think something that is important to remember is it's not really like a lake underground, right? It's going to be like sponges. And the Evangeline, so these are some sponges that soak up the water through porous rocks and things, dirt, soil, things like that. Now, the Evangeline is actually part of a much bigger aquifer system that is called the Gulf Coast Aquifer. Specifically in Texas, that aquifer is over 40,000 square miles actually, of land underground, essentially. Now, the Evangeline specifically is roughly 1,000 feet deep or so on average across the area that it takes up. And this is a cutout of the different aquifers that make up that Gulf Coast Aquifer here in the coastal bend. And I think something that's really fascinating about aquifers, or just freshwater in general, is we really don't have that much of it. There's 97.5% of the earth is made up of salt water, 2.5% is fresh water, and 30% of that is groundwater. And only about a quarter of this 1.2% other, 1/4, is how much we have in lakes and rivers, which is fascinating.
And that's crazy. When would we actually get any rain to try to fill up a couple of our lakes?
Yeah, that's something obviously we're working on. A positive note is we are transitioning into El Nino, which is likely, that's the forecast, as we head into the summer months and also the winter months. And that is good news for Texas, because that means the Pacific water is warmer than normal, and it tends to activate that Pacific jet stream a little bit more, which can bring us wetter than average years. In the past, some fun facts from El Nino is there's been no record of landfalling hurricanes in Texas during El Nino. The Pacific jet is more active. We talked about that. We've had 15 years with above normal rainfall during an El Nino year. Now, that's a full year. We're not focusing on hurricane months and things like that. There's also been 11 years with below normal rainfall. So while there's a better chance of higher rain, it doesn't mean that's a guarantee. Now, a couple of important notes. 2018 was an El Nino year. That helped raise lake levels 30% when we had a tropical wave in the area. And then there was also a tropical wave in 2002. It actually led to disastrous flooding in Texas along the Frio and the Nueces, but that rose our lake levels 53% in 14 days.
We need rain one way or another.
That's exactly right. Maybe a little bit heading into April. We'll get into that in your complete forecast coming up.
Right.
All right, a lot of good information there. Thank you, Michael and Carly. Well, authorities are releasing new information following an extensive search in the Oso Creek area where a man was found dead. Police have now ruled that death a suicide, but say they still cannot confirm whether the man found is the same person who was reported missing Wednesday night. CCPD's dive team was called out to the scene this afternoon to investigate. Divers did find multiple items that may have belonged to the man. Again, police say no foul play is suspected.
Police in Kingsville identifying the man they found dead inside a home there this morning. They say 42-year-old Rudy Trobar Ramirez was found inside the home on East Elizabeth Avenue just after 8 a.m. That is near Business 77. Kingsville Police Chief John Blair telling 3 News several people were at or near the home at the time. 2 people were taken into custody, but on charges not related to the death. Investigators are still working to determine how exactly Ramirez died. And happening next week, work on the restaurant space on Bob Hall Pier is picking up. Crews will be using a crane to help set some concrete panels on the site where the restaurant will be. Work begins next Tuesday, 7 a.m. through 10 a.m. Crews say it should only take about 3 hours to get that work done, though, but during that time, the pier will be closed as a safety precaution. There will be no entrance or exit from the pier during that time. Officials say any anglers on the pier before that 7 a.m. start, well, they might get stuck until work is done. So make sure that you are planning accordingly.
It was a special day in Robstown for folks who gathered at the KIII Family Library.
The library now boasting some new amenities for children of all ages and of all abilities. This morning, county officials held a ribbon cutting for the Sunrise Pond and Story Walk, a new outdoor literacy feature supported by the Barbara Bush Houston Literacy Foundation.
And just about a half hour later, a second ceremony unveiled an all-inclusive sensory playground. It's designed to give children of all abilities a place to play.
Everything kind of complements each other, so we're really excited about today, and having 2 ribbon cuttings is a big deal for our county, and it just shows the progress that we've been making over the years.
Now, this does mark a first for the Robstown community, an all-inclusive playground. It looks amazing. Nueces County Commissioner John Matas adding that both projects are aimed at bringing better educational and recreational resources to families there in the Robstown area. So just a wonderful addition. And as you can see, folks out enjoying what has been a warm spring day across the area.
Yeah, let's go back over to Carly Smith for a look outside on this Friday. Carly?
Yeah, 87 was our high on this Friday. Very warm. 61 the low. So our lows are closer to normal. Our highs are still well above normal. But we're going to change that as we look ahead to Saturday. There's a cold front moving through the area that could bring us a little bit of rain. Not a lot of rain. This is not drought any rain. It's just a sprinkle really here or there is all you should expect, which is not much. But with this front, it's going to move through overnight tonight. Areas in northern B County may notice it as soon as 7 p.m. Moving through Corpus Christi, likely around midnight. Now, you're barely going to notice this front, but it is going to take our temperatures from 87, roughly 10 degrees cooler than that, into Saturday afternoon, which will keep us closer to normal. We will see some north winds, especially along the coast, that could get up to 30 miles per hour, but most of us will stay closer to 20 miles per hour throughout this event. Right now, 80 degrees in Corpus Christi, 70s along the coast, and we've got 90s still into the far western brush country. That front just to our north, high pressure to our north, windy conditions across North Texas, but we're not going to see those strong winds here in South Texas, not quite as strong as North Texas, because this high is going to start moving. And so you'll see our winds heading into the overnight hours a little breezy. And then as the front moves through, there's almost like a period of calm before those north winds pick up again, heading into the early morning hours. So we are going to be breezy. We're going to see the wind you see here shifting out the north between midnight and 2 a.m. That's that front passing through. It'll move slowly through the coastal bend, and then our winds quickly return back out of the east into Sunday. We'll talk about what that means for your high temperatures on Sunday coming up. Leslie, Mike.
Thank you, Carly. Hey, our first break here, and when we return, a fresh look for one of downtown Corpus Christi's most traveled paths.
The rebuilt boardwalk is open with new docks and upgraded materials. Why city leaders say it could help drive more traffic to the waterfront. That's next in a live report. You're watching 3 News at 6.
Got something you think we should know? If you see news happening, tell 3.
Welcome back. Well, we turn now to downtown Corpus Christi, where a revamped landmark is ready just in time for this beautiful weekend.
Yeah, talking about the boardwalk that connects the seawall to the T-heads.
That is where we find 3 News reporter Ryan Hopper. He's been hopping around downtown, and he joins us now for a live update. So, Ryan, what's going on out there?
Well, Mike, Leslie, not a whole lot yet, but I feel like these restaurants are going to be anticipating that Friday night rush soon, because we have a fully new completed facelift renovation for the Lawrence Street T-head here. Oh, no, excuse me, the People's Street T-head here, not to be confused with the Lawrence Street T-head just down the coast. $7 million renovation on this boardwalk as the city looks to renovate its downtown.
This project took a little over a year to complete. It was a very substantial project, so we ended up demolishing the old wood structure boardwalk and replacing with a new concrete and composite decking boardwalk. You know, we're still polishing up a few details. With a project like this, you know, we're always walking along, making sure everything's in place and ready to go. We're cleaning up the street area, but I would say it's open and ready for the public.
Jonathan Atwood with Parks and Rec says the city opted for the composite decking because the previous wood decking was damaged by Hurricane Hannah in 2020.
That structure was already 30 plus years old. Being wood in this environment with galvanized hardware, it had already started to show its wear and tear and age, and that hurricane helped, you know, finish it off for the most part. So the goal was to put back a structure that is concrete and composite with stainless hardware that should hopefully last 50 plus years and hold up to this environment out here.
The project also boasts new benches, new trash cans, and 11 docks like this one that can house up to 22 commercial vessels. Atwood says the goal was revamping the gateway to the T-heads bars and restaurants.
Yeah, so I think this is crucial to the downtown area, specifically the People's T-head. This is one of the main fairways coming from the seawall. If you visit Salina and you come walking down onto the T-head, this is the main fairway down to the T-head.
And Atwood also mentioning, he also talked about those commercial, those 22 spots for commercial vessels. You can see one right here, and these could, folks, be very important to our Corpus Christi economy, as tour boats could soon arrive to our shores of downtown. Mike, Leslie, what a beautiful day to take a walk on the boardwalk. Back to y'all.
All right, Ryan, thank you so much for that live report. It did look so stunning out there. What are we doing here in the studio? I had FOMO. All right, well, just 1 week left until Easter weekend. Corpus Christi's Parks and Rec is opening registration for a beloved tradition. Folks can now go online to sign up for their camping spot at Labonte Park along the Nueces River. Camping fees for RV campsites are just $55, while fees for all other campsites are $28, and those fees cover the entire holiday weekend. It includes 2 parking passes. Online registration closes next Thursday, April 2nd. Spots are filling up fast. You can go to our website, KIII-TV.com, to find out where to register.
And a reminder here as the weather warms up that Nueces County and Claiborne County have extended their burn bans. In Nueces County, outdoor burning is prohibited for the next 60 days. That includes bonfires at the beach, campfires, or really any outdoor activity with an open flame. In Claiborne County, the burn ban has been extended for 90 days. According to the Texas A&M Forest Service, nearly 7,000 acres of land have burned across the state due to wildfires. And Carly Smith joins us here once again. And Carly, you know, today when I got out, the wind was up, it was warm, and I thought, this is probably what Carly would call a fire danger kind of thing happening there. It's days kind of like this, right?
There are three main ingredients for fire danger. It's wind. Wind is a big one. Heat's another big one, and then relative humidity.
Yeah.
The one saving grace for us is our relative humidity tends to be high enough to lower our fire danger.
Right.
And so that's going to be with us, even with a weak cold front moving through. But the brush country are locations where that relative humidity is extra low, especially into the afternoon, most of the time, especially this time of year. So here's a look at the burn bans across the entire state of Texas. You can see the majority of Texas counties have a burn ban in place. When you take a closer look at the coastal bend, the majority of the coastal bend has a burn ban in place as well. And even if you don't have a burn ban in place, it is very wise to burn smartly or not even burn at all, because our drought conditions are extreme. That's actually the fourth thing that plays a role in our fire danger. So there are four things. Drought is one of them. That's the dry fuels. Dry fuels, a huge one, and we're going to have that every day until we get some rain. You do see our drought monitor, which was released yesterday. Extreme drought covering most of the coastal bend now, with areas in the brush country at that worst stage, the level 5 exceptional drought across portions of the brush country. Now, overnight, we do have a chance for a little bit of rain, but it's not much, mostly just cloud coverage builds as we see a cold front move in. So our wind will shift from the east-southeast to northeast as we head into the overnight hours. That'll be about midnight to 2 a.m. We'll see those winds shifting. We'll have north winds into your Saturday morning. So taking a look at Futurecast, and what you're going to notice, as I mentioned, a few spotty showers are going to be possible off and on throughout the day on your Saturday. So with that being said, though, it's not drought ending rain. It's barely going to add up to much. We're mostly just going to notice more cloud coverage. 77 degrees there at 2 p.m. East-northeast winds shifting easterly into the afternoon. Overall sustained about 8 to 18 miles per hour. 78 degrees, your high tomorrow. That's about normal for this time of year. So we're going to call it a typical March day. We start to heat up again into your Sunday with those south winds returning. The cold front swings through. As I mentioned, a few spotty showers, but it does look like we dry out a bit heading into Saturday afternoon. Sunday morning, you see the southerly winds returning. That increases our humidity again, and we're going to start to notice the warm and humid conditions back in play for next week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now there is a chance for some rain, mostly targeting areas closer to Houston heading into Tuesday, but another cold front is on the way. This one is a tricky one to forecast, but it would be arriving Wednesday into Thursday, but it may stall, which would limit how much rain we see here in South Texas potentially. But we do have a chance for some rain between now and Thursday. Most of the rain, though, with that front, targeting more so areas across the Midwest. Taking a look at that 6 to 10 day outlook, though, as we head into April, there is an above normal chance of rain. Now, this is not the deep green where we're very confident it's going to be a rainy season. It just means that we have a chance for rain with those frontal boundaries making their way across the region over the next couple of weeks or so. So that's what we're watching in the far extended forecast. For now, not much rain is in your forecast. We are looking at just a few little opportunities of rain here or there. Our winds mostly staying out of the southeast, keeping us rather warm and toasty into the first week of April.
Alrighty, Carly, thanks so much for all of that. When we come back, a huge night for high school baseball and softball. State-ranked rivals, playoff-level energy, and a rematch fans have been waiting to see. That's next. Well, it is one of the best nights of the high school baseball and softball season with several state-ranked rivalry games.
Yeah, Chris Thomason is out live at Toloso Midway covering two of them right next door to each other. Hey, Chris.
Hey there, Leslie, Mike, good evening, Coastal Bend. Yeah, you arguably won't find a better pair of games in the state tonight than the two we've got here at Toloso Midway. You've got the Warriors and Cherokees each hosting Cal Island baseball and softball, respectively. All four teams state ranked. Now, let's start with baseball. Cal Island enters this matchup ranked number 1. They're the defending 4A Division I state champs. They're ranked number 6 nationally as well. Toloso Midway coming in ranked number 8 in Class 4A. Remember, these two played an absolute classic last year in the region final. KIII eventually walking it off in the 10th inning on a Drayton Mitchell RBI single. Mitchell was also solid in relief in that game. He's part of a duo of Cal Allen aces along with Cole Carroll. First pitch here is set for 7 o'clock. And right next door, we've got the 3-time defending champion Cal Allen Lady Cats paying a visit to number 19 Toloso Midway. Both of these teams have played good competition in tournaments. They've beaten some bigger schools, so this should be a solid one as well. First pitch set for 7 o'clock. We'll have highlights tonight at 10, and we had some college action as well. The Islanders opening up a 3-game conference series with Southeastern Louisiana. Kendra Winfrey on the mound here, going to get the strikeout swinging to end the first. Now in the second, the Lions with a runner on Winfrey. She's going to get the strikeout. Then Zoe Stewart throwing it down. We got ourselves a pickle. Fitting because, Pickle Fest coming up. And the Islanders getting the nice strike them out, throw them out, double play. They would eventually get out of that. But Southeastern's Haley Burns, she too was solid on the mound here. She's going to get Carissa Lopez looking to end the inning. The Lions currently up 8-2 in the 7th inning. These two will play a doubleheader tomorrow to round out the series. Hey, that'll do it for me. I'll see you back here tonight at 10. But one other basketball note, Tillman Fertitta, the Houston Rockets owner, has reportedly bought the Connecticut Sun for $300 million. Why is that significant? Because he plans to relocate the franchise back to Houston, meaning the return of the Houston Comets, the WNBA's first dynasty. They won the league's first 4 championships. That'll do it for me. I'll see you back here at 10. We're back after the break.
Looking ahead now to 3 News at 10, a new requirement here in Texas could soon change who's eligible for certain jobs. Officials will soon be requiring proof of legal status for a number of state-issued professional licenses. Tonight, we hear from local business owners about what this could mean for hiring and for the Coastal Bend workforce.
Yeah, those stories and a lot more coming your way this 3 News at 10. But, we saw Ryan and Chris's live shots earlier this evening.
Oh.
It looks so beautiful out there.
Blue skies.
Okay, yes.
Oh, yeah, very crisp conditions. We are going to see a weak cold front move through tonight, and so that will be quite the change of pace. You see the flag blowing onshore right now, so that's coming from the Gulf. We'll see the flag switch directions, possibly as early as 10, likely not quite that early here in Corpus Christi, and we'll see it closer to midnight, that north wind briefly here.
All right, Carly, thanks. That's our news.
Thanks for watching. See you at 10.